Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're in, I don't have my calendar next to me. I'm pretty sure we're in the third, fourth week of January. I'm going to be honest, this feels like it has been the longest January ever. Even though by the time the year ends, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, everything went so fast. Excuse me. Like I do every single year. But anyway, we're here to talk about Craig David. And this is going to be the first album that I haven't already talked about. So that'll be good. And then as always, self promotion. What if I ruled the world? Poems inspired by music. Your boy on the back. It's linked. It's linked down below. It's linked in my link tree. It's everywhere. Also in my link tree and down below as well. If you want to follow me on some other social media, uh, you can. I am on everything pretty much besides Snapchat, I think. I'm on Pinterest. I don't think I include my Pinterest because I feel like I like Pinterest just to like look at photos or get inspiration. Like I don't really like. I think I do follow like one of my friends, but it's not really like a interactive social media app to me, really. But anyway, here we are. At number 7 on my list of my top 10 favorite albums is Born to Do It by Craig David. So I'm going to give a brief biography on him. Uh, this is all from Wikipedia if you want to look at more. But he was born Craig Ashley David, born May 5th, 1981. He's an English singer. He rose to fame in 1999, featuring on the single Rewind by Artful Dodger, which is also technically on this album as well. But it's just instead of the re before rewind, it's rewind. I don't know if that's gonna make any sense, but it's re dash rewind. But then on this album, it's just rewind. So it's rewind. I hope I'm not making this confusing. But anyway, his debut album, Born to Do, was released in 2000, after which he released 5 further studio albums and worked with various artists such as Sting and Tinchy Strider. I know Sting. I don't know who the other person is. But he was born in Hampshire, which I'm sure is England. It doesn't say, but that's pretty much it. He's the only child of Tina. She was a retail assistant, and then George David was a carpenter. And they grew up in Holyrood Estate. I'm guessing in the Holyrood Estate. I'm guessing these are maybe their version of public housing or like a neighborhood name. Um, David's father is from Grenada in the Caribbean, and David's mother is Anglo Jewish and related to the founders of a Curist watchmaking company. Um, so then when he was 8, they did separate. So then he was just raised by his mom. Um, he attended Belmore School in Southampton City College, which for them is high school. They call college university. And he was bullied by another student at school. He wrote a song called Johnny in 2005 about the experience. His dad played in some reggae bands in a reggae band called Ebony Rockers. So that's where he got his musical talent from, I'm assuming. As a teenager, David began accompanying his father to local dance clubs where DJs let him take the microphone. He began creating his own music and lyrics and working in youth and community clubs as an MC and DJ. So that's a little bit about him and how he got started. So, like I said, the album was released in 2000. It was released August 14th, 2000. The genre is two-step garage and R&B, which is like I'm trying to describe it. It's like a dance kind of sound to me. As best as I can, because I cannot talk today. As best as I can describe it. And where can you stream this album? YouTube Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Amazon Music. So I talked about this in my overall opinion, but I don't know what the hell iTunes is doing now because I have this album, but part of it hasn't downloaded. It's very strange. I don't know what it's doing. I feel old. I feel like I don't know what anything does anymore. So I mainly so some of the songs I listened to on the album that I actually like downloaded on iTunes, but some of the songs were just missing. I don't know why. So I had to listen to it on Apple Music, even though I owned the album and I put it on there, but it wasn't working. But the vibes of the album are sexy, partying, and vibing. Like, just going with the vibe, going with the flow, I guess. Um, but like in a fun way, not like in a, I guess in a chill way, but more of like a partying, fun, vibing, having a good time, basically. So I'm going to talk about my favorite songs and my least favorite songs and my overall opinion. So I was trying not to put too many singles, but I did put one. Uh, Fill Me In. It's such a bop all around. The lyrics are a unique story, and the beat gets you twerking. LOL. Very fun song and the perfect first single for him and his album. I feel like it really, I think it's a really great song. I love it. Of course. And then this is technically the song right after. I was trying to separate them, but I was still jamming. So Can't Be Messing Around is the second song on the album. And it's also the second song that I love. I love the message of loyalty even when someone is throwing themselves at you, which when I was listening to the song, I was like, this woman is doing all this, but I'm sure if they got together, she would be bored. She'd be like, oh, I got him. So now I got what I wanted. And that was it. So once again, the beat got me jamming. So back to back bops. It's also very catchy and an earworm. And he has this thing where he's like counting in the song, so then it makes it like really catchy. And of course, I love, loyalty. It's always a good trait to have. And then Follow Me is the next one. I love the use of the sample of 112's Anywhere. And I love the harmonies on the song. It's really great. It's layered so heavenly, which the song's about sin, so it makes it funny. LOL. Basically, he's saying, "Follow me to my bedroom," and this woman has written him a letter about how she misses him. It's so funny. Like, think of the things we used to do. We used to write letters, postcards. I mean, I guess people still do postcards if they go places, but I feel like it's not as much as like obviously before because everything's pretty digital now. But the song is so sexy and airy. I love it. And then the last favorite song was Time to Party. Smooth party song. Kind of reminds me of like a Montreal Jordan on this song. Like, especially, and I think also with the beat too. Once again, love the samples. He samples American music, so he samples Busta Rhymes. Uh, Put your hands where my eyes can see. It's like one line, but it's sampled in there, and I like that he mixes the cultures together. Um, it's a smooth but still fun party bop. So yeah, I love that song. And then now to my least favorite songs. So also I talk about this in my, I'm gonna wait because I do talk about this in my overall opinion, but the track lists were a little bit different from the UK and the American version, even though I feel like my Apple Music should be the American version, but we'll talk about it. All right. So this song, I don't even remember it, but it's kind of like in a different order than on my actual album. But Once in a Lifetime, it is inspiring, but it's a meh to me. Um, I was jamming up until then, and I will say at least all the slow songs are together for the most part. But I like the other one, which was You Know What. This one I'm not feeling. You Know What was like basically he thought him and the girl was supposed to be together forever, but now she's gone. And I feel like that one was still catchy even though it was slow. And then the last least favorite song was Walking Away. Once again, just a meh. I was oh whoops. It doesn't really stand out to me on this album, especially between two bops. It should have been put at the end with the other slow songs, I feel like. It was in between, I think, Time to Party and Last Night. And I love Last Night. But I didn't want to put too many favorite songs because I'm like, the album pretty much. I mean, of course, these are all my favorite albums, but like, really, I had a lot of favorite songs on this one. But yeah, those are my two least favorite songs, in my overall opinion. Like I said, of course, every album on this list I love, but I definitely once again feel like I should have put this one higher. This one and Renaissance, I felt like I should have put higher. I really love this album. It's so fun and smooth. It's one of the most perfect R&B albums to me, and it blends American R&B and UK garage music so well together. I also didn't realize the UK and US versions were slightly different because some of the songs aren't downloaded because iTunes is stupid, which I mentioned earlier. So I had to listen on Apple Music, and it doesn't have the Fill Me In remix, which is absolutely a bop if you have never heard it. Um, they replaced it with either Walk Away or Once in a Lifetime for the UK version, but in the American version, it has Fill Me In remix at whatever number. I think it was like number 7 on the album. And just like Beyonce, I love that he changed up the remix to make it actually sound different. So it was really cool. And I love that, of course. Definitely highly recommend this album, of course. And of course, it's a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I would love to listen to his other albums. I feel like I've listened to Slicker Than Your Average, and I was not as like um impressed, or I didn't love it as much as I love Born to Do It. Like Born to Do It is just, I feel like it's one of the most perfect debut albums. Like really, and one of the most perfect R&B albums. Like he really did a great job coming out the gate. So yeah. But I do want to listen to his other music, and I would love to see him live. He came out to DC, but I didn't have my money right, and I was like, I just kept waiting too long. So there's is it the first? No, Filming is the first single. 7 Days is the second single, which I did talk about in my short video. And I wondered, like, since he's talking about the 7 days, it's basically a 7 day date, basically, that he had with this woman. I was like, what would my perfect 7 day date be? So I wrote what I thought my perfect 7 day date would be. And I'm going to read the lyrics of 7 Days so you can know what he did. And then I'll tell you what I do, what I would do. So he said we start with a bottle of Moet for 2 Monday. So Monday they have the bottle of Moet. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. He's not taking her for any food. I just realized that. Just drinking on an empty stomach. So they just toe up. And then they were making love by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 4 whole days. But they chilled on Sunday. And I'm like, that is absolutely insane. You would be so sore. But anyway. So what would my perfect 7 day date be? So day one, we would go to a carnival, and my boo would meet a giant stuffed animal. I've won stuffed animals, but I don't know if I've won a giant one. I just want to. I don't really need a giant stuffed animal, but I just want it just to have it. So I can be like, oh yeah, my boo um got me this giant stuffed animal. Speaking of that, the other day I saw this couple. It was so cute. They were wearing matching jackets, which I thought was so cute. And I guess he had bought her one of those. It's supposed to be a Valentine's bear, but they're like neon colored. So it was like blue, like bright blue, like neon blue, and she was like taking a video of it. So I guess he had bought it for her, and I thought that was so cute. So that's like the experience I kind of want to have, you know. And then day two, we would go to a winery. I always want to go to a winery. Winery. I haven't gone yet. And we would have a picnic there, and of course, we're gonna take aesthetically pleasing photos. So that's what I want for day two. Day three, we would cook a meal and dessert together to see how good or bad they are as a cook and how we work as a team, and then we can improve together. I'm not Chef Ramsay or nothing, but I mean, I could put some stuff together, but I do want to work on my cooking skills and take a cooking class. So that's something should do this year. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, like if me and my mom in the kitchen at the same time, it is kind of frustrating. But I feel like as a couple, it would be cute to do it at least once, and then if we figure out we're just in each other's way, we can be like, you know what? Maybe we can help you out with some steps and then get out of the way. Cut up some stuff for you so it'll help, or boil something and then move out the way. So day four, that would be the make love day. But definitely have to plan out breaks because it sounds exhausting otherwise. I don't know how they were doing it for 4 days in a row. Because I wrote that I don't know how Craig and his girl were making love for 3 days straight. I would faint, lol. But it's 4 days actually. It's not 3 days. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's crazy. How would you walk? Like that has to be exhausting. But I'm guessing they probably do have breaks they have to eat, which they don't he does not mention taking her to dinner or nothing, just making love and drinking and then relaxing. Um, but day 5 for us would be a chill day, just lounging around, watching TV and reading, hanging out and cuddling. And we already made love the day before, so we're just gonna chill. And then day 6 will be like a game day, bowling, Dave and Buster's, go-kart, board games, etc. Whatever we want to do, go out and have some fun. And I guess I should have put the chill day and the spa day together because number 7 will be a spa date. We go to the spa together and get pampered. So that would be my perfect 7-day date. If I had to spend 7 days with someone, I guess I would put the chill day and the spa day and reverse it and make it 6 and 7. And then the game day will be day 5. But I figured the day after making love all day, you want to chill. But yeah, that was my logic at first. So maybe we should put the game day at the end then. So we could chill, we can have a spa day, and then we can just have fun again. But yeah, what would your perfect 7-day date be? Would you be able to stay to be around your partner for 7 days straight? Unless I guess if you live together, that's just what happens. But if you're like newly in a relationship, could you be with someone for 7 days straight? Um what yeah, like I said, what's your perfect 7-day date? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and then yeah, from here on out, they're gonna be albums I have not already reviewed, so that'll be fun. And it was really cool re-listening to this album because of course I love all the albums, but this one is just so fun. Some of the other albums in the list I already know are gonna be a little depressing. So it's nice to get a fun one before I get to the depressing one. Because I know I think number 6 is Amy Winehouse's Back to Black, and that one is very sad, depressing. So, and then I forget the number. I think it's number 5, but I'm not 100%. Sade's Lovers Rock, which I feel like is also depressing, from what I can remember. Um, and then Mary J. Blige's My Life, I think is number 2. Uh, and then yeah, I think the other 2 albums have some depressing elements or sad songs, but it's not like Back to Black and My Life, I feel like are very heavily sad. So it's nice to have some fun ones before we get into the sad ones. All right, you all. I will see you all next week.